channel. I'm Stoner.
And I'm Lush.
And this is Stoner and Lush, baby.
This is more like Stoner and Stoner today, but hey. Okay.
Today we're going to talk about CKY, CKY2K, Bam Margera, all that lovely shiz. Now,
Yes.
John and I grew up on CKY. And for those of you who don't know what CKY is a band. Stands for Can't Kill Yourself. And Bam Margera's brother Jesse is in it. They make movies, which I think Land Speed is the first one. CKY2K is the second, and CKY3 is the third.
CKY4, the latest and greatest. That's a compilation of other stuff put together. I think there's some new clips in it, but it's not a full-on new movie, from what I understand, for that fourth one. So we won't really be talking too much about the fourth one. I think we're strictly going to talk about the second one, because the second one, to me, was my favorite.
It was very popular, and it had the most, and I hate to put it this way, but it had the most quote-unquote jackass stuff in it, which I'm going to dive deep down into that because I had watched some interviews with Bam Margera, and it's just how he got screwed over pretty much. It's just not right. So,
I agree.
I mean, this whole thing started, I think it's really cool because it started in like around Westchester, PA, is where most of them were from, I think.
Yeah.
Like small, stupid things, like stuff that we used to do as kids before, it was even like seen on MTV.
Well, yeah, like just go jump into a bush. Like head first into a bush. It's not going to kill you. Yeah, you might get a little scratched up or something, but it's funny and stupid. Or take a shopping cart, sit in the shopping cart, get thrown down a hill, again, into a bush or a tree, or, stupid shit.
That's what we did as kids. We explored, fucking got hurt, we got bruised,
We didn't have internet. We had video games. We didn't have internet. We didn't have cell phones. We went outside and did stuff. Like that opening for CKY2K when he it's not quite the opening, it's a little bit into it, but full on seeing him poop into that toilet, I'm like, oh.
Full on disclaimer, this shit be raunchy.
Oh right, I forgot about this.
Disclaimer. I was gonna say there has to be some sort of disclaimer for the people who do not know what CKY is, any of that stuff. They are extremely raunchy. Extremely. Yes. You will see people taking a poop in a toilet and they take it and smear it on their buddy's face.
Who are these sick people?
While he's sleeping, by the way.
Right above their mouth.
Sleeping and then stick it on his ear.
You guys are fucking retarded, you know that?
It has its ups and downs, its grossness, it's whoa, but I can't get enough of watching people skateboard. It feels so good to me, and there is a lot of skateboarding in these.
They do interlock that because at that time was when Bam was becoming famous skateboarding. He got his deal with Element and started mixing that music into all the skate videos and some of the other videos as well. And that was my introduction to the band and to the movies. I mean, I've watched this before Jackass. That's the original Jackass to me, in a sense.
It is, because Jackass really shouldn't have any part of it, because according to what I had seen and heard Bam say on an interview, they completely fucked him. Plain and simple.
Oh yeah.
They kept him in rehab. There was contracts. Like they were like picking on him. Like everything he would do. Like in his contract, if he would have he was supposed to be sober. He wasn't supposed to be on drugs. He wasn't supposed to be on any type of alcohol or anything like that. If he had a piece of gum that maybe had a little bit of alcohol on it, boom, they sent him back to rehab for another 90 days. And he was in rehab for a while because of all the contractual obligations. And then he goes, Jeff Tremaine, the guy that started Jackass or whatever he was doing, He's sitting pretty, making all this money and fucking making money off Bam and Rehab and all the stories he's making up about him. Man,
Yeah.
you can go fuck yourself, because you know what? There would never be a Jackass without Bam Margera.
Without Bam and his brother Jesse, Brandon, and Ryan Dunn,
Yeah.
like without those people, Jackass would have probably, I mean, it may have happened, but it wouldn't have been what it is, because Bam was already becoming a famous skateboarder who started doing this as well and got famous because of that as well. I mean, look at the show Viva La Bam. I mean, how big was that on MTV?
Right.
That was a pretty epic show. I mean, look at the extravagant shit he would do each episode. Everything he did cost money, and now some of it was staged. The parents knew sometimes, but they reacted the way they did. But that's all for the entertainment purpose. Still, he still did those things, and in these CKY movies, you see them really doing those things. Like when he says, "Oh, I'll die for," and he jumps out of the car or off the truck right into the ground. How fast do you think they're going? They looks like they're going pretty fast.
Yeah.
Do you think he was getting health pay for filming that? No. That film was done on their own independent money. Here's a great story for you. I was with a friend, couple friends. Of course, we were having some drinks, and we decided to take this old empty bladder from a waterbed, 85% fill it with air, so that it would cushion in on the corners, stand it upright like this, get on the roof of the house. Someone sits on the very back of it to push all the air out to the front corner. And then the next person will get off the roof, crawl over to that, sit on the top of that spot. No, sorry, they didn't sit on it. I don't know how we did it, but yeah, you go and sit on that. And then the other person on the roof would jump on the other end and launch you into the air. And I remember going so high, and everyone was like, "Oh my God, that's the highest anyone's gone yet," because I'm the lightest, because I'm the smallest. But I start going like this. Oh shit. And then as I'm doing this, like pedaling forward, I start turning forward. So my head's going. I landed on my head.
Oh, gee, look at all the pretty stars.
Lucky I didn't break my fucking neck. Oh, wait, maybe I did. Maybe I'm dead and this is all an illusion. I don't know.
Don't say that. I think about that all the time.
It hurt. And the only thing I could think of afterwards is like, why didn't we get that on camera?
Right?
Because I ain't doing that again. No, I did it again, but this time I made sure to pedal backwards so that at least my ass would hit the floor or the ground. Yeah, we did stupid stuff.
I didn't know Bam, he's bipolar. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Well, when you're dealing with someone with bipolar, like it's kind of like the diabetes of like the mind in a way. Like you really can't control it to a T.
Yeah, there's always going to be a few ups and downs regardless of how good you have the medication set and whatnot. Right. For sure. Right. You know?
So, yeah, I mean, that alone is really difficult to deal with for the person and then anyone that's trying to help them.
Yeah.
But then he went into all these rehabs and they're putting him on all these medications, and it made him gain all this weight. And he's like, I can't skateboard. I'm top heavy. You guys are making me depressed, you know?
Yeah.
Nobody wanted to hear him. Oh, you're an addict. Shut up. You know, it's like, okay, but you know, if somebody's really telling you something, you know, if they're having a problem, the shit's making me depressed, do something.
Well, like, because skateboarding was his happy place.
Yes, that is his medication, is what he said.
You know, and then doing that other stuff was his happy place. But when he lost Ryan Dunn, that other stuff didn't make him happy anymore.
Yeah.
But there was always skateboarding. But if he couldn't skateboard,
right, he couldn't
you
live.
know, what was he doing?
Right.
So, and recently we've seen him skateboard again. Guys, check out some of his videos and clips. You should see the smile on his face after he gets off the board and did a good run. He's like, yeah, because he hasn't done it in years.
He is such a good skater. Like, you can tell that he has passion and he loves doing it, but by the speed he gains, the confidence in his moves, it wipes out. He gets, but gets right back up, gets right back on.
Doesn't run again, yeah.
You know, and I fucking admire that because, I mean, I haven't been in relationships with him, and there's some like crazy shit that can go on between two people. I totally get that,
Yeah.
and problems are his problems. I got no business on it. But, somebody with that type of issue, it's like, all right, I'm going to take what they say with a grain of salt most of the time because they're not sure. And he's getting pulled this way and his money's getting taken this way, which his parents, let me clear up, his parents never stole from him. And he claimed, he said to himself, like, no, what the hell do they want that for? Like, my dad has every Elvis memorabilia ever. That makes him happy. My mom's just like, yeah, whatever. Why would they steal from me? What are they going to buy with money?
Yeah.
So
They got everything they want.
They've always been so supportive of him anyway. I mean, Christ, Bam peed on his dad in one of the CKY videos.
I mean, they were in on a lot of the Viva La Bam stuff.
Yeah.
Like I said, like a lot of that was kind of fabricated a little bit for entertainment purposes. But like they were used to him doing stuff
Crazy
even
stuff.
before the money and fame. He was probably doing stuff like that when he was like, younger than that, right?
Right.
And another thing I forgot, I think the doctors told him at one point he would never skate again because his legs and knees were so bad.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, he's proved them wrong, and I think that's another thing of why you see such a smile on his face when he does a good run. And yeah, the good run isn't as smooth, maybe not quite as smooth as it was when he was younger, but I mean, he's just getting back into it. But it shows that he can still do it, and he proved them wrong about his legs and knees.
Yeah, I mean that's a success story right there for him to get himself back on that board. If that's your medication and you're dying to get back to it, and he's trying, and he went to a couple different things where he lost weight and he's not on the certain medications anymore that made him puff up and everything. And I get it, and hey, he made it through the fire.
Yeah.
There was a lot of claims that fire was burning for a long time and he just kept skateboarding through.
Yeah, and really that fire really started when Ryan Dunn died. That destroyed Bam.
That's what a lot of people had said. And I don't see in every interview that I watched like I think it was like 4 interviews, 4 different ones, but 2 of them were from Steve-O's podcast. But
right.
He didn't mention Ryan. So I could probably see if he doesn't bring him up, so he probably has a hard time with it, which I can understand.
I you know what, and I strongly believe that. I think the reason he doesn't say his name because he doesn't want to break down right there in that moment. Because he knows if he says that name, he's gonna think about it, it's gonna hit him, and to him that's like losing a part of yourself because he was so close with him, like So, guys, check out his newer skate videos. He's coming back in a good way.
Yes.
I love it. Always one of my favorite skateboarders.
Yeah.
From when I was younger. But also, I wanna touch on the music a bit here too because the music is great. You'll hear a lot of him, the band from
Finland.
Finland. Yes, thank you, because it's one of Bam's favorite bands. But then you hear a lot of CKY music itself. And what I love about this band is the singer, guitar player, bass player, they're constantly swapping the instruments back and forth and writing different songs and take the lead on other, Thinking back now, when I did that in my most recent band, that's probably kind of part of the reason I had the idea to do it because I saw them switching. So why not? Get different feel, get different tone, get different sound, different vocalist. Totally change the dynamic of a song, but within keeping it in the same band. And by doing that as the band CKY and attaching that to the movies and the skits and shit that they're doing, because it's not just one person doing all this stuff, it's a bunch of people doing it.
Right.
So it kind of it coincides together and fits. I don't know if that makes sense. Because this is Stoner and Stoner today, and that's the bottom line. No. So I guess that's about it for CKY this week, guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and notification bell. And don't forget to leave us a comment and tell us like maybe your favorite skit or stunt or whatever that they did in CKY, or maybe something that transfers from CKY to Jackass that we didn't talk about. But next week we're going to start a whole new thing for the summer. We're doing the Summer of Seinfeld or the Summer of George. If you're a Seinfeld fan, please check that out. So until next time, guys. Bye.